Hey man, you need to hear this. If you're looking for fast, cheap, and reliable MUT coins, I highly recommend to check out my sponsor, DMC, Discount MUT Coins, and use code 187 for 10% off at checkout.
Well, here we go. They're setting up their audibles, getting ready to go. A lot of pressure on goes. I would say the majority of the pressure's on goes here.
Yeah, when you're one of the top 5, top 10 players in the game, the pressure's always going to be on you, and you know that. But you have to go out there and play. You know, Ghost may say, "Oh, I'm not good at the game right now," but nobody really believes that. You know, he's probably just trying to take a little bit of pressure off himself. But I'm afraid that might add some to him.
Swings it outside, and Ross will gather it in for a gain of 2.
And we've seen a lot of people run this formation. We're not going to see anybody run it as high-powered as we will see Ghost. Trust me on that. And, you know, he is still going to run out that Bo Jackson, it looks like, but I wouldn't assume Bo's going to get too many looks.
2nd and 8. This time goes to Tyreek Hill, who gathers it in. Of course, here's your previous winners. Goes back-to-back, trying to do it 3 times in a row. Pavin able to get it done. Don't care about Ice, not able to get it done. So it's not as easy as it looks. Here on a 3rd and 4. Rivers.
Got him.
Slings it to Ross. They won't catch him. And it's going to be an early touchdown for Goes.
Come on.
And that's the thing with Goes. He's not missing those reads. You know, I may have called that same play, but I'm not going to see that streak split in the zones. Just a phenomenal read right there by Goes and a great play call.
Extra point up, and it's good. It only took 105. 3 plays, 76 yards. And now the pressure is on Tekkers on his opening drive. See if he can respond. Grant will take it. The 14-yard line, and get a good chunk out to the 33. Look at that again.
Looks like Tekkers got a little lost there with his user. If he would have just ran back, he should have seen John Ross. It looked like that post would have been played by another zone anyways. Just got kind of lost with his user. Mistake there, but Ghost not going to miss that read.
Easy work. Come on.
Easy progression as well. Inside out, throws the bomb. And John Ross puts us up 7-0 in favor of Goes. And now Tekkers will set his audibles.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume that we're going to see Tekkers try to establish the run a little bit here. And Ghost normally not too great at stopping the run, so look for that to be an issue for Ghost. But like I said, Ghost has just started labbing with Drini this year. Drini is one of the best defensive players in the game, year in, year out. Expect for him to be ready.
Let's say a happy Friday night to all those hanging out, especially our Redskins fans that are tuning in to see who's going to represent you in the round of 32 coming up in December. It's a pretty stout field so far. We've crowned 15 of the 32. This will be number 16, halfway mark. And it's going to be a tough road for sure. 1st and 10 at the 33 for Tekkers. Met him in Vegas last year. His dad made the trip.
He should have some space here, Sky, on the left. I don't like this defense at all.
Hall will motion back the other way.
I don't like the audible back. I think the stretch left would have been better, but he still picks up a gain of 7.
Works it out to the 40-yard line. Clinton Portis has been the guy toting the mail for a majority of our competitors. Especially if you're dominant in the ground game, you got a Clinton Portis. And they hand it off to Portis once again, and he just got a yard. Big 3rd and 2. Boy, after all the talking we had semifinal number 1, I don't think to each other. Guys just talking to themselves. It's a quiet first 2 minutes in this one.
Yeah, I would expect Ghost to pipe up a little bit if he's able to get Tekkers to a 4th down here. But if you're Tekkers, I would come right back to that eye tight. It didn't look like Ghost was very comfortable. It seemed like he was moving his guys all around. And Tekkers really did have a wide open lane to the left. He just didn't choose to take it.
Needs 2 yards. Almost got hit in the backfield, and he exploded out of there. And that'll move it down to the 35. Looked like he shot out a cannon back there.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm talking about with Ghost. Stick work not the best on defense. Looked like he could have plugged that up and maybe even got him to 4th down. Or just made the 1st down. Ends up giving up a 30-yard gain. Just poor stick work right there, but he's going to bounce back. Look for him to just try to contain the run. It was a 3rd and 2, so he's probably just trying to jam it up, make it a 4th down. I would expect Ghost to play a more safe defense going forward.
He's going to move Smith in motion here. 3rd and 10 at the 35 after the long gain.
If he's got time, he's going to bomb him.
Rivers gives it to Grant. He can't get away from LT. It's going to be second and inches.
And Tekkers isn't nervous at all. I can just tell by how comfortable he looks, how comfortable he's playing, mixing up his plays great. He is not nervous at all, and I like seeing that out of a newcomer.
Past 2 o'clock in the morning, where he calls home in the United Kingdom, but that's probably what time you're up playing Madden anyway.
Oh, absolutely. And right there, it looked like Corey Grant was actually a pretty good lead blocker. He just happened to brush against one of them offensive linemen, and it spun him backwards.
So a promising opening drive here for Tekkers, but he's trailing by a touchdown. It's coming up on 95 seconds left here in our opening quarter. Scott Cole, Sirius Mo, along with you.
And players like Ghost, Kiv, Skimbo, they've always been the type of players where if they hold their opponents to field goals, they feel like they're going to win the game anyways. They don't need to get interceptions every drive. If they hold their opponents to field goals, they know that they're going to win the game.
And there's a stop. Gain of none. 5 carries, 31 yards for Portis, and they'll actually push him back a yard. So 2nd and 11 now, under a minute to go. Here in the first quarter, semifinal number 2. If you missed the opening matchup, it was Banks IQ taking down the Big Show. Rivers has time, little wheel route. Portis makes a man miss. Inside the 10, and Palomalu will force them out at the 8-yard line.
I would expect Tekkers to take this to the second quarter here. It looked like Portis was a little tired still when he was calling his play. No reason to run a play here before the second quarter.
So he's going to have 1st and goal from the 8. And he might be working through some audibles right now because he has the time. Goes talking to him. And we will be heading to the second quarter in a 7-0 game. Quick score by Goes in the opening minute. It's taken Tekkers a little bit more time to work his way down the field.
Yeah, and I just want my opponents to know going forward, if I ever call a play before the end of the first quarter and you ask me if I'm taking to the second quarter and I say yeah, and you put your controller down, I'm going to go ahead and probably call high, score my touchdown. So I just want that to be known to my opponents. Don't make me feel bad later because I just told you now.
Gets up to the line here as we start the second quarter. He's going to change the play here on 1st and goal from the 8.
This stretch isn't going to work. There you go.
Flips it to the other side.
If he can get it quick.
Like trying to make the adjustment with the Peppers.
Yeah,
and it'll go nowhere.
I would have liked to see him audible to a dive there. That stretch didn't even look like it had any chance. Ghost was really, really prepared for that stretch. That was the only thing he was aiming to stop. Got to go to a dive there, pick up a few yards at minimum.
I formation once again, 2 tight end. Smith over there to the right. They'll send him in motion.
I would look for Tekkers to reset the play here and run it to the right.
And he gets a block, and Portis will find its way into the end zone for Tekkers. Brilliant.
Great call there by Tekkers. I noticed when the guy was motioning with him, if he just reset the play, the cornerback would have went to the other side. Just a really good call. Good patience by Tekkers.
And the PAT is up and good. 9 plays, 66 yards, taking 4 minutes and 27 seconds. And we got a tie ball game here early in the second quarter, and Goes will get it back. DeMarco back to Dion. Spin move. Spins it twice and gets near the 30. And that's where he'll start. Take a look at this run again.
Yeah, he got that cornerback to go on the other side, so there was just no containment over on the right at all. Just a really good play call. If he would have got stopped there, it would have been pretty unlucky.
See Rivers hot routing it up. Here on 1st and 10. And fires it out to Tyreek Hill, and that's going to be a gain of 4.
And if you're Ghost, this is where the clock kind of works in your favor, and this offense works in your favor. You don't really have a big play offense. You aren't looking to take the top off the defense every play. You want to take these small 5-yard gains, 3-yard gains, because you are one of the best passers. You don't make mistakes.
Is that fearmonger Cox? I can't remember. I'm trying to think back to the abilities.
I believe it's either edge threat or inside threat.
He's making a push each and every play.
when I was running out the 11 cap quarterback, it wasn't working out for me very well, but I was able to have this crazy defense where I had 2 of those guys, 2 edge threats, and it was really good, but I wasn't able to score, so I had to switch that up.
3rd and 2. I hear scoring's important. Rivers gets it to Marvin Harrison, and he'll haul it in at the 43-yard line for the former Syracuse wideout.
And that right there is why Ghost is one of the best players in the game. He's so patient. He doesn't miss those windows. Like, he just had a very, very small window where that was going to fit in there, and he fits it in there at the perfect time.
And swings it out. And that's Bo Jackson who will haul it in at midfield. But you can see how old number 91's getting busy on the old defensive line.
Yeah, Ghost probably doesn't have very good interior offensive linemen. A lot of Madden players, they choose to tank at those guard positions and kind of play higher up at the tackles because they feel like the tackles matter more. They're in more one-on-one situations. But Tekkers is kind of using that to his advantage. Says, okay, you want to have good tackles? I'm going to put Fletcher Cox on your left guard, your right guard, try to stuff him.
Cross midfield, coming up on 2 minutes left here in the first half. This game is flying by, and here comes a crucial 3rd and 1 for Tekkers.
Yeah, if Tekkers is able to get a stop here and hold it, Ghost to 4th down. I don't like seeing Ghost run the ball. Like I've said before, I don't like when these best passers in the game run the ball.
And Tekkers can't get the stop, so Ghost will move the chains. As steady as it goes for Ghost right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this is exactly how Ghost likes to play offense. This is exactly what he likes to do. He likes taking bits by pieces, and then you'll have a blown coverage all of a sudden because he knows that you're going to come down. Get stuck on Fletcher Cox. Expect somebody to be wide open here.
And Torrey Holt will have a diving grab at the 23. 8 of 8 for 112 for Ghost.
If your Tekkers start to focus on keeping Ghost in bounds here, the clock is going to work against them, but you absolutely have to keep him in bounds.
11th play of the ball game for Ghost. Swings it on a wheel route. Vincent Jackson's got to come back and able to haul it in at the 15.
Yeah, Ghost just looks so sharp on offense right now, just not making any mistakes, not missing any reads. Once the guys are open, he's throwing it immediately. He's not waiting for something to come open downfield.
And Bo Jackson will pick up the 1st down.
The clock could get tricky here for Ghost, though. There's only 37 seconds left. If he gets tackled in bounds these next 2 plays, it's going to put him in a really uncomfortable position.
Clock starting to become a factor. 2 timeouts left for Ghost.
If Tekkers is able to tackle him before he scores a touchdown, I would not like to see him use a timeout. Let Ghost use the clock here. Smart.
And Ghost will use a timeout here with 31 seconds to go. And Ghost is waiting. He's like, I'm waiting for him to call timeout. And once he doesn't, that's when he burns it.
Yeah, you seen him take that little 1 second, like the little 1 second pause to see if Tekkers is going to do it. Smart of Ghost as well, don't get me wrong. But Tekkers also very, very smart and not burning that timeout.
Low snap, will hand it off to Bo Jackson. And he powers his way to the 1.
Doesn't get in though, Scott. Doesn't get in. If he runs the ball right now, he will have to kick a field goal if he's stopped. If he runs the ball on this play, he will have to kick the field goal, and it's really, really tough to get in from the 1 yard line. This is huge.
1st and goal now at the 1. 26 seconds to go. And can't get in there. You got to hurry it up.
Oh.
See the runoff, and then he'll spike.
Lucky runoff there by Ghost. Only gets 6 second runoff. I wonder if he knew that. Normally this runoffs are 12 to 13 seconds. Really, really lucky runoff. Kind of puts him in a situation where he has another play he can run. But it's really scary. If you run the ball, I'm not sure you'll get that spike off.
I think you got to go the air.
I think so too.
3 points could be everything. Big 3rd and goal at the 2 with 13 seconds to go. Out of timeouts as Ghost.
Look for the corner out, Marvin Harrison.
See Harrison lined up at tight end.
Got him.
And he is open, and he dropped it.
From the smart of it.
Late throw with no lead. And here comes the field goal unit.
Apke makes a great play right there. I did not think he was going to make that. Looked like Ghost might have thrown it just a little bit late. First mistake we've seen Ghost make yet.
And it's up, and it's good. So 10-7. After a quick opening drive, he had to earn that one against Tekkers.
Yeah, and that's why I like to run or pass the ball on first down, because first of all, your opponent's expecting you to run more, so the pass coverage isn't going to be there. On third down, it's almost like, okay, you have to pass. I'll set up in some defense that might stop the run, but if you run the ball, you're crazy. So that ended up working out for Tekkers, and he was able to stop him.
Ghost has got to be careful here. 3 seconds to go. But he's got the lightning in the bottle, known as Clinton Portis.
Always scary right here. I like seeing Ghost be in the 3 deep, though.
Hands it off to Portis. And he'll just pick up 13 yards, and that's how the first half will come to a close. 10-7 in favor of Ghost. While we have a moment, take time to go out there and register for this Ryan Kerrigan Core Elite card. You can do that at redskins.com/fans. Madden-20. If you're me, he'll be starting. If he's on Moe's, he'll be training points. But nevertheless, limited supplies available. Make sure you go out and register right now as we start the second half here in semifinal number 2. Bankside Q is waiting in the final. Will it be Ghost? Or will it be Tekkers, the man from the United Kingdom? And he'll run out of bounds at the 25. I think the international players that we've seen so far, I think Sixationals from Canada. And then you got Tekkers. You're from Europe.
Yeah, Tekkers is a phenomenal player. I've played him online. I've lost some games to him. I know a lot of my friends have played him. I know Voltrax has went to war with Tekkers online and Weekend League. And he's the real deal. He knows his stuff about Madden. And look for him to flip the play again.
Trying to get that advantage before that cornerback can get back. Hands it off to Portis. Doesn't get a block, but he gets a juke. And Troy holds on and brings him down at the 29.
And I like the patience Tekkers showed right there. He expected the guy to run all the way to the other side of the field, and he didn't. He kind of stopped. He didn't panic. He didn't just snap the ball and lose a bunch of yards. He waited for the best look and ended up running to the left, which was the right decision.
Seen a lot of Clinton Portis in this tournament, but he just looks right in that Redskins uni. 2nd and 5. It's with the Redskins from 04 to 2010. They traded Champ Bailey off to get Portis from the Broncos. And here comes a 3rd and 3.
As a runner, this is where it gets a little scary because you don't want to get the 4th down, but it's so hard to just pick up 3 yards when your opponent thinks you're going to run the ball. I would like to see Dante Hall. Oh, he doesn't have Dante Hall out there no more. Going with the huge set.
Here come the big fellas in on 3rd and 3. Already a minute gone by here in the 3rd. He'll hand it off to Portis, and here comes 4th down. He got a decision to make.
Going to have to pass the ball. He's not going to run the ball here. Let's see. He hasn't had to pass the ball too much, though, so he hasn't really shown on any of his dots. You're kind of free rolling a little bit. Ghost hasn't seen any of your dots, so just bring out one. You just need one dot right here.
4th and 2. Got to get, let's call it the 35-yard line.
And I don't like this. I believe he has Tyreek Hill who's supposed to be in at that tight end spot. I don't like this at all. I would really like to see him call a timeout and get the right personnel out there.
And that's what it's going to do. Crucial timeout with 3:16 remaining in the 3rd. Sky Cole, Sirius Mo, hang out with you on a Friday night.
And a lot of players really don't like taking that timeout, but like I said before in the previous matchup, when you only have so many possessions, these possessions matter so much that the timeouts, if you lose because clock management and your timeouts are bad, it's going to hurt way less than losing because you try to throw a ball to a 10-cap tight end instead of Tyreek Hill.
The backfield, and there's Portis. That'll pick up the 1st down. Little hitch route.
I love that play call, Scott. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it at all. We haven't seen nobody motion out the running back, put him on a hitch. I love that play call.
And there's Portis. He'll get you the 39, 12 carries for 61 and a touchdown for the man from Laurel, Mississippi, Clinton Earl Portis.
And I would like to see Tekkers pass more out of this formation. It looks like every time he goes to it, everybody's wide open because Ghost is just so comfortable, not so uncomfortable against the run that he's selling out all the way. And the pass is going to be there. Even though Tekkers is in a run formation, the pass is there.
And that won't get much. Going to be a 3rd and 8. And when you're a runner, these are not the downs you're looking forward to.
Absolutely, they aren't. And I would really like to see him stay in that strong wing formation because Ghost is just so uncomfortable. He feels like he needs to stop the run or he'll lose the game. So I would stay in that strong wing formation, but I understand going to the gun bunch. It's just he knows that you're going to pass here.
Under 2 minutes to go now in the third. He'll flip the bunch to the left side. Dante Hall out there wide. Tyreek Hill in there as well, as now he joins the bunch.
Look for Tekkers to go to one of the drags here.
Rivers buying time, setting his feet, throwing. Portis has got to get there, and he won't.
That spin move was never, ever going to work. I would have liked to see him try to just get to the sideline. Might have been able to pick up the first down, but if not, it would have been a 4th and 1. 4th and 4 is really, really tough because you have to pass the ball again. There's no other option. It's a huge play.
Sometimes you get to the sideline with a little juke, and you get an animation that carries you for the first. But here's 4th and 4 at the 44.
He's going for it, Scott.
Rivers.
He's got him. He's got him.
Time, X is open. Dante.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Tekkers.
So come on. The up.
He's got the lead. Blimey, he's gone and done it.
Hey, Scott, that was a dot. That was an absolute laser. And it looked like he used that hot route master when Dante Hall was on the solo side, put him on a post. So he was on a deeper post, but then he flipped the play, so it was on the bunch side. You can't get that route combination unless you put him on the post before he goes to the bunch. Just a ridiculous play call. I knew he was going for a shot play, and it worked out.
And now the lead is 4 for Tekkers. Some huge 4th down conversions.
And there's a lot of pressure on Ghost right now. There's only 55 seconds left in the third quarter. There's only 1 or 2 more possessions left in this game. Absolutely ton of pressure.
What a catch by Dante Hall. And he gives Tekkers a 4-point lead. Rivers now for goes. Sidearm throw, because that's the only way he does it. First down.
And this is a tough spot for Ghost because you don't really know. It's like, do I try to take all the clock with me? Do I just score whenever? It's a really tough spot because Ghost has a slow pace offense, but you don't want to get in a situation where you run out of time and you're forced to pass the ball at the 3-yard line like he did in the first half.
Goes has won 118 grand playing Madden. He's 56 and 26. He finds himself in a situation here in the waning seconds of the third. Phillip gives it out to Tyreek, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He's only incomplete on 1 pass. He's 11 of 12.
Yeah, Ghost has played phenomenal offense. It was just that 1 red zone blunder. Well, he's playing phenomenal offense. Expect that to be the theme, for Ghost. He's always going to play great offense, but he hasn't got to stop yet.
And just like that, we head in the 4th quarter. Put your 4s up here at Virtual FedEx. We are 5 minutes away from finding out who is going to face Banks IQ in the final. That game is coming up at the conclusion of this one. Has time, has B. Marvin Harrison sails out at the 45 and plus territory.
Ghost wanted Troy Polamalu to make that play on Dante Hall. Tekkers wanted Troy Polamalu to make that play there. Neither of them do. Ghost continues on with his drive. Like I said, just going to move it super methodically. Never going to go for a shot play in this situation because he knows how important it is to score. It doesn't matter about the time at all.
After the big catch by the 8-time Pro Bowler, that brings up 1st and 10. Rivers looking for goes, and Tyreek with a one-handed grab along the boundary. That'll be marked down at the 25.
In this situation, Ghost knows his opponent's going to get the ball back, so he just needs to focus on getting 7 points here. Don't worry about the clock because you know your opponent's going to get the ball back with plenty of time to score. You have to get 7 here, though. That's really, really the most important thing. You cannot afford to kick a field goal.
Motions out, Marvin Harris. Rivers with time. That's a tight window to Tyreek. And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9.
And I happened to peek at Tekkers' roster right before the game. He doesn't have Ty Law with the 90 zone coverage. He has a lower rated Ty Law. If that was the better rated Ty Law, he would have snatched out of the air almost for sure.
Certainly gave an effort. Couldn't come up with it. I formation now. The red zone has been an issue for Goes, but this time it's Vincent Bo Jackson will walk in.
Just great vision there by Ghost. Didn't look like the run was going to be there up the gut. Cuts it outside. Just really, really good vision.
What a run by Bo. Extra point up, and it's good. We got a 3-point game. 6-play, 80-yard drive will lead 3:50 left in the ball game for Tekkers.
This is the money drive, Scott. There's not going to be another possession left in this game unless Tekkers breaks a run. This is the money drive. Don't expect Ghost to get the ball back with any time here.
Take a look at this run again. Outside goes Bo Jackson.
Come on!
Really good stick work by Ghost and knowing where that corner is at. He motioned that corner over to the left side, knowing no one is going to be containing the outside. Just a really, really good call.
Bo Jackson taken first overall. 1 year, the next year he was a 7th rounder. 1st and 10. 3-point ball game here for Tekkers.
Going to the shot play on the first play of the drive. I love this.
And he'll check it down to Grant. We've seen him throw that route a few times. 6 for 6 for 100 yards.
Ghost does not like playing against this formation. He's selling out everybody to stop the run, and he's not getting pressure on the quarterback, so he's always going to be comfortable passing the ball. I would like to see Tekkers just keep going back to it.
There's the motion. And he'll hand it off to Portis, makes the man miss. And Clinton Portis off to the races. The man he was traded for, Champ Bailey won't catch him. Touchdown, Tekkers.
And all this means is, does Ghost have one more in him? Does he have one more in him? This is a really slow-paced offense, Scott. It truly is. If Tekkers realizes that and just drops back in coverage and keeps Ghost in bounds, I don't see how Ghost could get down in the field in time. I really don't.
Especially with being a 4-point game.
4-point game, he has to score 7. When you know your opponent has to score 7 and you know he's short on time, it's really easy to play defense.
3:03 to go. Two-time Redskins champion Goes is going to have the ball at the 22-yard line. Look at this run again, right up the gut.
Yeah, Ghost just misses the suction tackle right there. Should have went for the conservative tackle with A. Gets juked out by Clinton Portis, touchdown.
Troy Polamalu need to retape those ankles. 1st and 10. Under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Goes trying to three-peat. That's in jeopardy right now. Rivers.
Nothing.
Moves the pocket and throws it away. Just his 2nd incompletion of the game.
Tekkers is going to be giving up the drags in these situations. Don't expect Ghost to hit very many posts or corner routes on this drive. Expect Ghost have to check down, have to show those short and immediate routes.
Rivers will get it to Marvin Harrison. It'll be a gain of 7. Make it 6.5, 3rd and 4. 2:44 to go. There's the runoff. This could be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Goes barking out the orders. Couple flips, couple hot routes, and here comes the motion from Torrey Holt. Keeps him in the block. And he will check down. A little late drag as Harrison working across the middle.
But Scott, a minute has came off the clock and he's moved 10 yards. This is a win for Tekkers so far. Great defense by Tekkers. I don't even like that he came down right there. I would have preferred to see him stay back on that post, not give up the big play. Kind of left a window there for Ghost to throw the post, but Ghost wanted just to get the first down.
2-minute warning. Final coming up next. The winner of this one will face Banks IQ in the final.
If you can keep Ghost in bounds, even for these next 2 plays, it really makes defense a lot easier for you. Get stuck on Fletcher Cox.
All 3 timeouts, and he'll throw that one away.
Anytime you get stuck on that defensive tackle who's your best pass rusher and you get your opponent to throw away the ball, you feel super grateful because you need to be on your correct user or else it's really, really difficult to play defense on the D tackle, especially in coverage.
That could have cost him a touchdown. Luckily, clock stops, 1:56 to go. 2nd and 10 for Goes. Keeps Harrison in the block. And he'll get it to Ross, and Ty Law comes up on the hit.
Telling you, this offense is just really, really tough to run in these short time windows, especially when your opponent knows that this is the end of the game. There's only 1:50 left in the game. All you have to do is allow your opponent not to score a touchdown, keep him in bounds. The clock is ticking.
90 seconds to go now, 3rd and 6. That runoff is a killer.
We're talking 30 seconds since he ran the last play, Scott.
Does have those 3 timeouts.
Don't leave
Rivers.
the post. Don't leave the post.
And he's going to throw it low to Tyreek.
No
And he
pressure.
picks it up at the 47 and gets out of bounds.
Absolutely no reason to leave the post right there. The pressure wasn't coming in. There was no chance Ghost was going to throw that in route. He was waiting for that dig to come open.
And you know he's not going to run it with Rivers. 1st and 10. Torrey Holt to the 39, and there's his first timeout, 2 remaining.
If Tekkers would have just made him throw that dig, he would have been in a much worse situation. Ghost would have probably had 1 timeout right now with about 1:10 left, and he would have been out 10 yards back. Just a tough, those are the plays that win you the game when you just realize the clock, what's going on. Just got to be aware situationally.
And make the clock your friend. 2nd and 2. Here's Goes again.
He just keeps leaving the post.
And they'll give it to Holt. And Holt step out of bounds at the 34. Dinkin and Duncan with 1:01 to go.
But if you're Tekkers, if you can keep him in bounds these next couple plays, it's still going to put Ghost in a tough situation because Ghost will have to check down.
All kind of guys up in the box here on 1st and 10. Harrison will motion out. Rivers.
Stay with the post. Great call.
And Marvin Harrison will possession catch at the 19-yard line. He's in the red zone. 1 timeout remaining with 55 seconds to go.
What a route combo by Ghost. One we haven't seen before. Just a really good call and a great time to bring it out.
1st and 10. Trailing by 4. Rivers steps up, throws. And Apke with a huge hit, and Tyreek will drop it.
Ghost, you got a possession there. You're never going to get the touchdown anyways. You absolutely have to possession right there.
Hot Rod master time.
Going back to the same play, it looks like.
Rivers. Clean pocket. He'll take off and slide down at the 14.
That's great if you're Tekkers. That's phenomenal.
8 seconds will run off. 30 seconds to go now.
Stay on the post. Stay on the post. Let him go to his running back here.
Rivers looking for Tyreek. He'll run the wheel route to Bo Jackson, the 5-yard line, and he'll use his final timeout with 23 seconds to go. We got a 1st and goal from the 5.
It's scary if you're Tekkers, but you had to give that up because the post would be a touchdown. But the good thing is Ghost has to throw the ball every down right now. He cannot afford to run it.
Shotgun formation. Bo Jackson back there with Rivers. Motion out Harrison.
Watch Bo.
Everything's got to be to the air and to the end zone. Rivers
Let's
throws
go!
it. It's a pickup by Bullock.
Let's go!
And Goes can't believe it. Troller goes flying. Hopes of moving on. Repeating 3 times. Also goes out the window. Tekkers has come from across the pond, and he's gone and done it. He's moving on to the final.
Phenomenal job by Tekkers right there. Played great offense all game. Was just kind of letting his defense work. He stopped going to that post guy. He stopped giving up those big plays. Put Ghost in a really uncomfortable situation where he had to pass the ball at the 5-yard line. You never want to do that as an offensive player. You want to at least be able to have the option to run. Made it really easy for Tekkers to just drop everybody back in coverage, and that end zone is really tight down there.
Well, that's the 10th win for Tekkers here in the semifinals. And of course, he's going up against Goes, but he would be the higher seed in this one. And what a pass to start things off by Goes, and it looked like he was going to be same old for the champ.
Yeah, we knew Ghost was going to play phenomenal offense, but the question was, how would his run defense be? How would his pass defense be?
Of course, Clinton Portis, nice little juke there. And that would have Tekkers in business. He hands it out to Portis one more time, gets a block, and just like that, we were tied up at 7.
And, kind of going back to what we said yesterday, these guys are good at Madden. Just because we don't know them, these guys are some of the best players in the world. We just don't see them every weekend. These guys are great players. Tekkers knows exactly what he's doing. He played a phenomenal game.
And hand off to Bo Jackson here. That would give a 17-14 lead for Goes, but Tekkers would go right up the middle. Little jukebox, and Champ Bailey won't catch it.
It's always sick when your secure tackler gets juked out, but Tekkers must have hit the juke at the perfect spot, or else that wouldn't happen.
And this was the play of the game. 22 seconds to go, and he's forcing that one in. And oh, bollocks! It was Bullock with the interception. And Tekkers would move on to the final. He's going to be facing Banks IQ. Should be a good one, Mo.
Absolutely. Tekkers played a phenomenal game. Banks played a phenomenal game. I'm excited to see what happens.
And Tekkers is standing by with Evan.
Thanks so much, Scott. We've got Tekkers here. He traveled probably the farthest out of anybody to be in this final from the UK, but now here making a splash in America in the club championship for the Redskins. Talk to me, man. How do you feel about making it to the final?
It's absolutely insane to go from playing in the UK, knowing none of my mates playing nothing or anything, and then to be here. And I wasn't even allowed to compete. I played the game a lot, and only 2 years ago, people from Great Britain were able to compete, and that's started getting my name out there.
How was it
making these live events?
What was that process like of kind of ingratiating the idea of football in a place where football has a very different meaning and kind of saying, no, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to actually make this something.
My dad used to play American football in the UK, so I knew about the sport. Like a lot of people from the UK don't. I just picked up the game on the way back from school one day and then just got into it from there. And watched people on Twitch, and then got better that way.
Did you play it?
Well, no, I haven't played American football at all. No one plays anyway. I play like soccer.
Wow, of course.
I haven't really played American football, no.
I can tell that was hard for you to say soccer.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm cringing.
Inside.
But, you know, it's an amazing story. Obviously, huge upset there, right? I mean, Ghost obviously has so much history in his competition. How big is that win for you, just knowing that you took down one of the greatest in Madden?
It's huge as well, because he's such a nice guy off as well. He's such a solid all-round dude, so it just feels even better because he's like top player, and if I can beat people like that.
So let's talk about just that last kind of moment where you get the interception, a deep exhale knowing that you actually did it. What was it like defending that final drive knowing that this could be me out of the tournament?
Well, I knew, because it was a long way to drive, and if I managed to get him to make his check downs, take his time, I knew he'd then run out of time and have to force something in the end zone. So he used his time out. So he put him in an awkward situation where he had to throw something. And Bullock came up with the play.
Incredible mind for football here as well. Confidence going into the finals. Banks IQ, what do you know about him? Have you met him in the back players?
He's a nasty streak. He's a runner. He's a big runner like me as well. But if I can stop the run, I win the game. Simple as that. If I stop the run, I win the game.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much. That's Jamie Orr. He's going to be taking over for the finals. Let's see if Tekkers can go ahead against Banks IQ. The finals are set.